Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Legacy of the Duelist on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, and in this episode we're continuing on with Arc V against the Fusion Dimension. Specifically,
Naruto?
We are getting explanations of why the fuck Fusion Dimension and the Ixies Dimension are at war. And, you see, the Pendulum Dimension is actually being misquoted as the Standard Dimension at the moment, because originally the plan was to have the Pendulum Dimension be, directly connected to the original timeline, but it very clearly is not, as we're going to see later on.
So, it is our task as commentators to share our opinions as well as to clarify on the objective matters that have finally brought us to talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game and Legacy of the Duelist. This conflict among the respective dimensions strikes me about as effectively as the conflict between the Dr. Seuss characters who reside in either the village of people who butter their toast on the top side or the village of people who butter their toast on the bottom side.
Alright, except that was a allegory specifically for the Cold War arms race, so...
Something that Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game will never get to accomplish.
That's not even really entirely true, although it's more a meta-narrative commentary than a direct one, because you have the arms race between Kaiba Corp and Industrial Revolutions that ends up with them partnering together in order to take over the world with trading cards.
Okay, I concede that Sun Tzu's The Art of War is used more often than not as a business source of knowledge, a business guide on wisdom, not necessarily to be taken in the literal sense in to teach peoples how to war with each other. That, in a way, business is a non-violent form of warfare, because in competition there are winners and there are losers. It's just that no one necessarily needs to die.
Except, Mr. Cloud, this person needs to die. Welcome to the whole reason why this part is a bit shorter than normal, and why I hate this part all the same. Obelisk Force is a nameless minion, but he is running very specifically a Crowler deck. And what I mean by that is, he's running Ancient Gear Howitzer control. So, what does that Ancient Gear Howitzer control look like? It looks exactly like this. He will have a face-down card, maybe one other monster, and an Ancient Gear Howitzer. This is what his field will look like for the rest of the game.
Ancient Gear
Thanks to
Reborn.
Ancient Gear Reborn.
If you control no monsters, you can target an Ancient Gear monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Oh god, he's gonna do it right now.
Thankfully,
like
Moonshadow's stun package specifically is enough to usually deal with Obelisk Force loop. But I need to be very transparent about this. Ancient Gear Howitzer is in fact one of the best stun cards ever printed. He's not using it as he's supposed to right now, but Ancient Gear Howitzer has the text on it that it is completely unaffected by your opponent's card effects. So, in the event that you can't actually bring out a strong enough monster to run it down, well, it just pings you for 1,000 every turn.
I see. So you have like a 6-turn clock in order to
not just that you have a 6-turn clock, Mr. Cloud, but you have a 6-turn clock that you can't get rid of usually.
One of the best stun cards in the game. I can see that because it's ineffective. Jesus Christ, he just pulled an Ancient Gear. Wait, I thought Ancient Gear Golem could be special summoned.
Ancient Gear Howitzer ignores that.
Because it allows you to summon cards while ignoring their
monster from your deck.
And I bet it also stipulates ignoring summoning
conditions.
Can you? So there are no like nomies in Ancient Gears, right? There are no monsters that say like cannot be special summoned, except for Well, except. The Nomi cards use the word except.
I think a couple of the fusion monsters specifically have it, like Chaos Ancient Gear Golem. I want to say has got Nomi conditions plastered on it, but I'm not entirely sure.
Right, but we're talking about the non-extra deck Ancient Gear monsters.
Hey, Howitzer.
So he can use that trap card even during your turn, huh?
Yeah, it's a trap card.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought that. I mean, the biggest thing about trap cards is it's finally like the difference between sorcery and instant type cards in Magic is, do you get to, set up a trap, or is it more like, oh, you can't use it on the turn, which makes it worse than it could be if only it was spell type? Because some trap cards are like that. They don't necessarily function as trap cards. Like, they could have just as easily made it a spell card, but doing so would allow you to use it right away. Instead, you have to set it and then wait until the start of your opponent's turn to use the trap card.
Alright, so hopefully we will be able to use our Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke in order to finally actually deal with either Howitzer or the other monsters that he's bringing out.
Fucking relentless with this.
Yeah. Oh, look, another Ancient Gear Beast.
And he's pulling these cards from his deck.
Yeah, off of the Battle Destruction of Howitzer.
Jesus.
Fusion
Like,
Sage.
I tell you, man, if you're not pulling a card out of your deck every single turn, in addition to drawing a card, you're just not playing this game correctly. Because that's been a pattern I've noticed with the past couple archetypes we've been introduced to, is first you play the card, it does a thing, it might reward you when it dies, or it does it right away, you special summon a card from your hand, or you get to pull a card from the deck. And you just do that over and over and over again until you got a pile of cards in your graveyard that you can use later.
Alright, so we're actually going to use our Ninja Lord in order to bring out 2 copies of Twilight Ninja Shingetsu.
I mean, they ought to switch the name of Graveyard to just the Recess Yard.
Yeah. Mind you, that has been a problem in Yu-Gi-Oh! For a very long time, so...
Is that it's not really a graveyard? It's just a holding pile for cards that you can't use right now, but you can use later. Yeah, if anything, the banished pile is the new graveyard. If cards get banished, you can't hardly use them for jack. There are very
usually.
few.
However, there are multiple archetypes, especially one that just recently got released, that are using the banished zone as an extender rather than a punishment.
Right. You see, in Magic, if you exile a card, you're very likely not going to see that card for the rest of the game.
Right. Hey, there we go. We can use Magic Planter.
Yeah, let's speed things up a bit, shall we? Like drawing card. Like, let's finally get a card to get rid of that fucking continuous trap card, bro. He's doing it again.
Alright, then have Sasuke attack and use Kagen in order to blow up Howitzer.
Right, because Sasuke has the ability of destroying cards as long as they're in face-up defense mode.
I screwed that up. I was supposed to attack with my Ninja Lord instead, because now that I have
oh no, you just loaded your entire Magic and Trap zone.
Yeah.
God damn it. We're gonna be here forever.
We're not going to be here forever, especially because Obelisk Force desperately needs more material in order to actually go into Chaos Ancient Gear Golem. So,
Okay, so first we blow up Ancient Gear Golem, then we blow up his face down, then we declare an attack, then he summons another monster from his graveyard, which is probably going to be Howitzer. Then Howitzer dies, Howitzer pulls a... So, at best, we'll only get one direct attack off during this turn, because he can only use Ancient Gear Reborn once per turn.
Alright, Shingetsu, attempt to kill his Ancient Gear Cannon.
Ancient Gear Cannon, okay. Okay, and then he activates the thing.
Yep.
And he picks Howitzer. And it's the best choice because Howitzer keeps letting him get cards from his deck.
And then Howitzer into Beast.
And Beast has not
only
enough
2,000 defense. So,
however,
there we go.
But we didn't hit his life points.
We're out of attacks.
Exactly. We have a field full of monsters and we can't hit his life points.
Even when he ends with only a single monster, man. It is nuts how effective Howitzer is in stun, okay?
It's stupid. This is so stupid. He's got to do
Shingetsu can
something.
kill Soldier. Hanzo can kill his face down.
Maybe. All right,
Yeah,
well,
it's
he's
just Knight.
I'm gonna take a guess that he's already fished out the most powerful Ancient Gears from his deck because he's already... Oh, he's just not gonna do it now. No, now he's gonna do it. Well, he let us get one attack through.
Okay, and another Ancient Gear Knight, and that we can kill.
Yeah, he's rapidly running. His graveyard is now bigger than his deck. I don't even think I've seen this happen in the entire time we've been playing Legacy.
Alright. Ancient Gear Reborn in order to bring back Soldier. Then... I like having Rust Mist out, but the fact that it triggers every time he does that just slows the game down slightly.
Oh no, that's been a godsend actually, so that he can't get a monster powerful enough to take. Because so far, as long as our monsters have at least 1,500 attack points, he's not going to get through. Not even with Ancient Gear Golem.
Right. All right. Sasuke, use Kagen. Now he has to use Howitzer, or else this kills him.
No, it's not like it stopped him before.
Alright. Howitzer to bring out Knight. I think we finally have it, Mr. Cloud.
Do we?
Yay!
Holy crap. The obelisk force to be reckoned with.
Okay, and so you go kidnap Zuzu. In the next episode, we shift dimensions. Be safe, everybody.